Let's see, is there anything else coming up? So it's not a study with me stream, it's just a stream, flight simulator stream. Okay, so I think I'm live now. Yes, I suppose that. Mm, wait a second, I'm muting myself. So, after a really, really long time, we are back with the live stream of the Flight Simulator X. I know the newer Flight Simulator has just arrived into the market, and I am a very old school person, so I will be going to play with this 10-year-old Flight Simulator because I have a system which can only run this type of Flight Simulator. So I will be going to the Indira Gandhi International Airport at New Delhi in India because I'm an Indian. I'm from basically from Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh city, the state of Uttar Pradesh in India. So let's go to the active runway of Indira Gandhi International Airport. So I'm going to start the stream now. I will, in the meanwhile, I will also going to start my face cam so that you can also see my face up. Now you can see my face now. Here, hello. I'm waving my hands to the camera, and so let's start. I think that's going to be more perfect. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe there are some problems with the internet or the problems with my processing power of the computer. So please don't mind it because I can see my aircraft. I can see how to play this. These this computer is giving me a playable frames per second. So I will be going to play in these, but maybe you will be not able to see much of the things which are been happening since then. I think you are able to see very well what is happening in the whole stream. So I'm going to start now. Okay, let's start. Uh, I forgot something. Okay, my audio is audible. I think I'm audible to the audience. So that's going to be probably okay. When you switch to the stereo system, I think now you are being able to hear me well. Hmm. So that's the volume I will be going to use now for a maximum. So let's start the aircraft. Let's go into the aircraft now. So we have jumped directly into the aircraft, and it's a leisure flight, so we are not going to just do something else in this. Rather, I can't just take you outside the aircraft and see how the aircraft is looking while it's flying out uh, from an outside bird's eye view, because aircraft, the systems which I'm having with myself currently is not is only capable to make you see the cockpit cockpit in which I'm been sitting to fly this aircraft. So I will be going to fly this aircraft in this cockpit cockpit. I think that's the correct pronunciation for this, and make you all make sure that all the things are visible to you very well. So I will be doing some little bit adjustments with the displays, all the types of displays which are been currently there in my systems now. That will make yourself visible what I'm doing with the engines and what I'm doing with any other systems which are being present in this whole aircraft systems. So let's start. So I'm now going to start my engines. Oh, they are already start. You can see here the engines are already uh, in start conditions. Now I'm going to start the flight simulator because it was in the pause position. So let's press the P to continue. I think now you're able to hear the sound in the aircraft, but not able to hear it. Maybe some problem with the audio issues. So don't worry. You can also enjoy the aircraft without maybe voice, without even seeing the voice. So here we are going to increase our speed by throttling up the engines. So we have one of the engine monitoring unit, and in this we will be just throttling the way up. So sorry, some problem with this shift P. Okay, I got it. Control P. So my parking brakes are on now. So what I'm going to do is that I will be just selecting the mouse here so that I could just move all the ailerons of the aircraft and make them work nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll my use my scroll wheel so to increase the throttle like this. If I will be going to scroll upwards, the throttle will be going to come up. If I will scroll downwards, it will going to engage the reverse thruster. And you can see the engines are being performing accordingly. So what I'm going to just do is that I will be increasing the throttle of the engines to about let me see, up to here, so that the engines could give enough power to start uh, the initial momentum of the aircraft. And after this, I will be going to just push the throttles to full capacity, so that the two engines which are in there in the aircraft could perform at full speed and at a peak maximum thrust which we could be able to get from these two engines. So I will be going to just remove the parking brakes now, and parking brakes have been removed. All control surfaces looks good. Everything is fine now. So before doing the takeoff, we will be going to just see the flaps here. This is the flap setting. I will be going to set the flaps to 5 because for any type of takeoff reason, for any takeoffs, we use the flap setting to be at 5 degrees downwards because it's going to increase the amount of air which is being trapped inside in the wings and under the wings, and this will be going to increase our lifting capacity for the initial speeds. Since the aircraft's initial speeds are slow, so we need flaps to get a more efficient way to take off this aircraft using less fuel and using some basic principles of physics. So here we are going to set our speeds, auto speed to about 200. That's perfectly fine. So we are at currently heading 284, which is the runway heading. So we're going to set the core setting to 284. Let's set it 284. Let's look. That looks good. It is automatically set on both sides. Flight director set to off because we are not going to use the autopilot panel here, but it is safe to just set up. I will be going to just close this window. Here we will going to just set the heading of the aircraft to the runway heading, which is 284. I'm doing this because of the safety reasons while we are going to just take off the aircraft from one place to another. I will be constantly looking at the screens because sometimes I have some problem in facing the camera. This is my practice so that I could just see the camera and practice more. So here we have. Okay, so we are currently below GS. This is a close sign which has been telling us that we are at the starting of the runway, as you can understand like this. So landing gears are down because they will be down. We are on the ground. That was a joke. Okay, don't take it seriously. Mm-hmm. 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 So we will going to just take the mouse here, and now I will be going to increase the throttle, just putting the control surfaces to idle, taking the panel so that you can clearly see what has been happening with the aircraft's engines and how the engines are going to perform itself. I don't know what the fuck noise is coming out of this. So I will going to increase the throttle and see what happens. And after some time, I will going to pull the throttles to full. Now we're going to put the throttles to full and steer the aircraft now. Now these are the very crucial times of the aircraft. Now you can say clearly that my speed has been increasing now, and we are currently at 85 knots, 100 knots, 122 knots, 138. We are closely going to come up with this, and we are at 180 now. We will going to rotate. Rotate is a procedure to take the aircraft onto the air. So we will be going to take the gear up and make the flaps up and maintain this climb rate, and make some engines down so that it could not pressurize the engines. Now flaps will be going to set to uh, flaps will be set to go 0. Okay, so we are having a climbing speed of what? Okay. We are gonna play at 5,000. I will be going to just pull the power down, all the way down to a medium range, so that we can maintain the speed. It's too speedy for us to maintain. For it's not so good to maintain a speed of 300 knots or more because this could harm the basic structure of an aircraft. So in this, with this, you have learned how to take off any airliner out of the air without any permissions on the ATC or anything else. You have just learned how to just take off an aircraft, and yeah, we are done with this. And now we can see we are currently maintaining and heading up 294. That's the runway heading. So when we will be going to come back, we will just take the runway headings so that so if we have to come back to the runway 28, which was the current runway for us, I suppose to. So we have to going to back to the VIDP, which is the Indira Gandhi International Airport, and I will going to hit enter, enter, activate. Now I will going to select an approach. What's going to be approach? I don't know, but yeah, okay. We are at VIDP, enter, activate. Oh, okay. I have to maintain the altitude. It's up. I have gone down to about 3,000 feet. Let's see how much it was, how much altitude I've lost. Oh, we have lost also some of the speeds. So I have to take the throttles somewhere up to maintain this flying rate. Now back to this system. I wanted to activate this. I don't know how to activate this. Enter, enter, enter. Okay, it's a direct way to VIDP. Now selecting approach is very important. I wanted an ILS runway 28. It will be going to be a vector approach, so I wanted to activate it right now. So activate to vector final approach. So I have to just go 6 o'clock to go into that procedure. So I will be doing this like this, maneuvering the aircraft. It's been difficult for me because I'm not using the outside board to take this aircraft or that area. Okay, I should take some help from the ATC for this. No, maybe I could just do it by myself. Let's take some help from the ATC. My ATC friend of VIDP International. I needed to tune the tower uh, for full stop landing. I don't know what he's talking. Enter the runway 28. We got the clearance for the runway 28 now. Hmm. Acknowledge. Mark left down winds runway 28.37 Z. C. We are currently going. Okay, so I need the directions. Delhi Tower Boeing N737Z is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Okay, the airport is just 5 o'clock. That's really accurate because he's been studying ATC. So I think I should do a full flap procedure to just have a vector approach to the runway. So I think I will be going to fly in a pattern. So I will be taking a steep turn now. because I'm going to take a direct approach to runway 28. My current altitude is about 3,000 feet and I'm going down now. We're going to pause this flight simulator to show you something. You will be able to see that I'm currently flying towards runway 28 from where we have take off this aircraft. So maybe this runway 28 is not like that. Okay, we are going to land on runway 28E. So let's do this. Making it shorter so that it is clearly visible to you where we are going with this aircraft. We are currently at 80 heading. So let's start again. That's too high, too speedy for us. Wait a minute. I not set the flaps, I think. I forgot to set the flaps of the aircraft. Okay, it should be 5. Okay, it's too slow for us. Okay. Huh. It's really difficult to manage the aircraft with this. I will be going to close this and close this. And that's going to be more easy for me to do the navigation part. So I'm setting it up according to my ease so that I can be able to navigate the aircraft more easily. So we are at the speed of 200. I'm decreasing the throttle up, throttling down, and trying to maintain this altitude of 2,000 feet before we hit the glide slope. So we are turning towards the left to get to the airport. I will going to ask my ADC friend again to just tell me the directions of the airport. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. That's thank you very much, my friend. My friend. It's approximately like that. It looks like that. They're in just a few minutes. Going to be at the Indira Gandhi International Airport just a few minutes after this. Not able to navigate. I need some clearance to navigate. Okay. Hold on. I'm able to see what's going on. Okay, so what I'm doing is that I'm going to take a vector approach to runway 28 from where we have just taken off. So that's not actually runway 28, it's runway 28E because it is the other side. I'm going to just land backwards to the runway 28, so that's runway name has been changed accordingly. I think that strip is the runway, maybe, or maybe not. So I'm just aligned straight away to the runway 28 now, I think so. Let's see if I'm correct or not. Okay, it's just as good as I could have done in the first go. Oh, without any use of autopilot or the altimeter that we are supposed to use for these types of procedures. Yeah, that's even good. At 15,000 feet, I'm able to see the runway lights, but I don't know which runway I have to land I think that's right one runway is for me because I have the directions for the airport, but I don't know where to land. Okay, I think the first right one is the good one for me. Um, I'm mostly aligned with the right one, greater alignment with the right runway now. So my idea is to just maintain this altitude of 2000 feet now. Get straight away with the runway 28 from where we have just take off this flight. So okay, let's see what happens if I'm going to crash this aircraft on the runway and get banned from the Indian airspace, or maybe I will be promoted as a captain. As but I'm sitting on a captain even without any prior flying license, so I don't know what is been going on here. So okay, I think we are good to good to go. Uh, it's too speedy. Let's pull out the throttle off. Okay, so I'm going to just take out my increase the flaps. I need more flap. I need 100 flaps, and landing gear down. So at this point, this is a really crucial flight. This is the very crucial phase of the flight where we are going to land this fully loaded aircraft onto the runway. So we have to just do some pre-checks before doing this. We have the throttle. We have the throttle set to idle, but we will be going to regulate the throttle according to our needs for the speed. We are currently maintaining a 198 knots, and the altimeter is showing us about 18,000 feet. The best localized intercept would have been about 2,000 feet, but it's okay. It's okay for the first time because I'm been streaming this, and I don't know why people are just going to argue about this. I don't know. So let's start again. Okay, I don't know this navigation system. I have to completely focus really good on this, with even having the attention on the engines too. I'm going too slow, so I'm just increasing my throttle so that I can maintain about a good speed will be about 140 knots. A really good speed will be about 140 knots. That will be required for a smooth, uh, like a butter, good landing. So I I know my English is not very good. I'm trying my best to mimic the commentaries. So let's see. Okay, it's too high for this 160. Reduce down the throttle. Landing gears are down, I think. Let's check. Landing gears down. Full flaps. Everything looks good. Looks good for a good landing. Decreasing this throttle more so that we can just stop this plane at time and do a small landing. Taking it up. Hmm. Decrease the throttle more, aligned with the runway, and just add more towards the right side of the runway. Oh, it's too slow, too slow. Increasing. Uh, too high, too high. Decrease. So throttle set to 0. Now it's final state. We can't just abort our aircraft from landing. It will be too hard for the aircraft to do that thing. Okay. It's not on the center line. I think it will be going to be smooth landing. Okay. Throttle reverse thrusters are being activated now. You can see it. And we are going offside to the runway. So reverse thrusters are off. And we have landed successfully. This aircraft is now being landed successfully. Thank you very much to fly this string.